Good afternoon. Today, 5th January, Wednesday, 2022. I shall continue with where I had stopped yesterday. Yesterday, I had come up to the point of the sciences. There will be sciences of actions, of facts, and of ideas. About the science of actions, I said that here we are considering rituals. And those rituals, they are governed by something governing principles, and they are norms. And when we are talking about the norms, good is the norm which we consider as that norm, the highest norm, under which all other norms can be covered or can be reduced from that. In metaphysics also there is good, as Plato says. In action also, that is in morality also, there is good. In science or empirical world also, there are facts, and about those facts also we are concerned with some norms, but the norms which we consider in science are not really important. Science is always a science of facts, the facts which are given to us. And what way they are given to us? They are given to us through our senses. That is, the facts which are accessible empirically, we are talking about science of facts. And in science of facts, what we really do, what we really get are descriptions. And those descriptions are leading to some kind of truth. That is when we say that this piece of information or piece of knowledge, what I have got, that is valid or not, that is true or not. So here also there is consideration of truth. So descriptions also take us to truth. Rituals, as I said, they lead us to norms. Now there are sciences also and sciences of ideas. And mainly we are living in the world of ideas for our present activity. That is, ideas are something which are not in the empirical sense real objects. That is, they do not have physical existence. They have got non-physical or extra-physical existence. So those ideas, how do we get those ideas? These ideas are, really speaking, they are kind of constructions of human mind. There are different components. Even each component is constructed into an idea. And in the case of complex ideas, multiple components are put together and a complex construction is created. And these sciences, they lead us to principles. From the study of sciences, we come to get principles, and those principles are studied. The area where the principles in this way are being studied is the area called philosophy. Now here I have not given a specific reference to religion, because religion is also based on some principles. Religion is also based on some actions, rituals and norms. Religion is also based on or is concerned with the truth, whatever may be the uh, ultimate truth for it. In the early understanding of human thinking, science, religion and philosophy, they were mixed together in such a way that it was not possible to separate them. But as there is intellectual development, they got separated. The religion and philosophy, their separation unfortunately is not yet complete today. If somebody makes a point in religion, it is also taken as point in philosophy, which is not the case. So about that distinction, there are some reasons which I may not discuss now, or if you want, I can say that the base of getting the knowledge, that is the source of getting the knowledge for religion, is faith, is some kind of feeling, and that faith or feeling cannot be tested or cannot be rather measured in any physical laboratory. And so verifiability becomes the real challenge before religion, and religious people or those who are handling with religion, they are aware of it. So they have got their own way, and there are many points which are overlapping, many points of the commonness between science, religion and philosophy. So there are some points of principles in religion also. You see, I am of the opinion that our life has at every level, in every context, for every purpose, has its metaphysics. So when we are talking about science, yes, there is metaphysics. If we are talking about religion, yes, there is metaphysics. And if we are talking about the metaphysics itself, then there is metaphysics to that. In philosophy also, we begin with talking about logic. Logic also has metaphysics, so on and so forth. So everywhere that metaphysics is there. And then what is that metaphysics? That metaphysics is an ability for us to understand, to grab or to grasp the reality basis or the base of existence in terms of the principles. And the study of those principles is, really speaking, the study of philosophy. So this is how we come from from principles to philosophy. Now when I use the term philosophy, and nowadays all of us are using the term philosophy, are we aware about its meaning? In order to be really aware, in order to be really faithful to the meaning, that is, really we have to be true to the meaning of the term philosophy, we should have the etymological approach. Who was the person who introduced this particular term? Systematically speaking, it was Plato who introduced this term, and not only that, he introduced this term, just as a word, but the concept of philosophy was for the first time was stated in Western tradition, of course, by Plato. Plato had his teacher, Socrates. So Socrates gives lot many insights into understanding of the concept of philosophy. And whatever is the definition of philosophy, the basic form of the definition of philosophy we find in the Socratic material. Though the Socratic material is sufficiently and satisfactorily is not available, the real source of the material of Socratic thinking is in the Plato's dialogues, which are known as Socratic dialogue. Chronologically speaking, the first 5 dialogues of Plato, they are Socratic dialogues, where the position of Socrates is the main position, and whatever he says, that is the philosophy, that is the thought of Socrates. And that thought of Socrates is further examined and criticized by other persons, other agents in the name of Plato. So it is Plato's thoughts, really, they are reflected in the Socratic dialogues. But from Socratic dialogues to the purely non-Socratic dialogues, the development of Plato's thoughts, development of Plato's philosophy, development of Plato's principles is being seen. So keeping in mind this canvas, I would like to write on the board the word philosophia. What is philosophy? Philosophy is philosophia, and it is a combination of two terms, philos and sophia. The word philos means love, and the word sophia means wisdom. Now the word about which Plato is talking, or the word philos, love, the entire early till Middle Ages, Western philosophy is talking is not the love what is being understood in the present world. Then what does love mean? To early Greek, to philosophy of Plato, of Socrates, of Aristotle, and so many people, that it is a kind of dedication. It is a kind of commitment. So love is for them a dedication, commitment, which makes one to surrender oneself. So in philos there is love, and that love, that is surrendering oneself, that is dedicating oneself to what? To Sophia, to wisdom. And this particular analysis of the concept of wisdom is unfortunately ignored in the past several centuries. The wisdom has described by Plato in a very clear-cut manner. This wisdom has got two components. One component is knowledge and another component is action. And both these components are always together, and both these components are always on the same level. You see, you come to the early dialogues of Plato, even the later dialogues also. Where is the beginning of the dialogue? You see, that is a true situation. Somebody is coming from the war, from the war ground, and then he is wounded. So he is taken to the hospital. He is treated in the hospital, and after the treatment is over, he will be brought out. But he is wounded person, wounded in war. And then immediately the questioner goes on asking him the questions. And what are the questions? They are the philosophical questions. And those philosophical questions, they are concerned not only with pure epistemology, but they are also concerned with action and morality. So action and morality on the one hand, and knowledge on the other hand, they are combined together in an inseparability relation. That is the concept of wisdom. If somebody is to be called as a wise person, he must have true knowledge of the reality. This is one component. And another component which is equally necessary, that he should be a virtuous person in his actions. So a person who is most knowledgeable and who is highly virtuous alone, that can be a wise person. If somebody is only having good knowledge or deeper knowledge but doesn't have any virtuous aspect to his personality, he is not wise person in Platonic philosophy, in early Greek philosophy, in early Western philosophy till the Middle Ages. This is what wisdom is. So this wisdom is giving us component of action and knowledge, and this action leads to good and knowledge leads to truth. So that is the very interesting, very important component of the term of wisdom, where truth and good or truth and goodness are inseparably connected. Why do I say inseparably connected? Because once we go on using the terms for the sake of language or linguistic explanation. For the sake of linguistic communication, we have to present each and every component independently, that is separately. It is the language which shows the difference between truth and goodness in the early Greek philosophy. But for them, it is connected, or it is a inseparable part of one homogeneous whole. That is the concept of philosophy, where the philosophy is the way in which wisdom is attained as a kind of commitment. And commitment is to what? Commitment is to life.